Brazil's president-elect seeks to introduce draconian drug policies. Bolsonaro calls for extrajudicial killing of trafficking suspects, praises Duterte's drug war, says marijuana legalization benefits rapists, and military should enforce drug law in schools.
Here's a summary of the article.
Far-right leader Jair Bolsonaro has won Brazil's presidential election, and has vowed to implement extraordinarily repressive drug policies. Alongside his many hardline policy approaches, Bolsonaro has vowed an intensified, militarized crackdown on drug offenses. As Talking Drugs has reported, Bolsonaro has said that police should kill people suspected, not convicted, of drug trafficking. A move reminiscent of the drug war being implemented by President Rodrigo Duterte in the Philippines, where over 12,000 people have been killed, without trial, for alleged involvement with drugs since July 2016. Bolsonaro has also detailed how he will increase the involvement of the Brazilian military in drug law enforcement, including the targeting of children. Bolsonaro has linked illegal drug use to liberal governments, proclaiming that drug use is prominent in countries under liberal administrations such as Honduras, Nicaragua, El Salvador, Mexico, and Venezuela. Many of Jair Bolsonaro's drug policies and ideas are vague notions, rather than concrete policy plans, so it is unclear to what extent the country's approach to drugs will change following his inauguration in January.
This post received a score of 10,079, with an upvote ratio of 92%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Finally, someone who understands that Canada's legalization of weed was all just cowing to pressure from Big Rape. Edit, the lobbyists from Big Rape are telling me it's capped.
Ever since October 17, I've been pretty much non-stop raping up here in Canada.
Well, I just raped a bag of Doritos. None survived.
To shreds, you say?
Well, how's his wife holding up?
To shreds, you say?
No luck catching them killers then?
Just the one actually.
Translated from doublespeak, time to murder my political enemies and plant some drugs on them as an excuse.
Crowbarring into totalitarianism 101.
Another democratically elected dictator. The issue is education. Without proper funding, the population becomes less educated. With less education, there is less preparation for critical thinking and critical analysis, which results in poor decisions, such as something as crucial as voting in a democracy. Want the issues to be tackled properly? Stop pressuring politicians who won't listen to you because of an uneducated majority. Start pushing for better education, which can prevent this from happening in the future. Edit, I'm referring to general education before college, university.
We see it happen over and over again, and ultimately it comes down to income inequality. Once the situation gets bad enough, even smart, well-educated people will make bad decisions. Yup. Post-World War I Germany.
They elected some failed artist, isn't it?
Just another reason to pull funding from art programs.
So we can expect wholesale slaughter of poor people.
It's a purge planet, Morty.
This is the best TLDR I could make, original, greater than a move reminiscent of the drug war being implemented by President Rodrigo Duterte in the Philippines, where over 12,000 people have been killed, without trial, for alleged involvement with drugs since July 2016. Greater than many of Jair Bolsonaro's drug policies and ideas are vague notions, rather than concrete policy plans, so it is unclear to what extent the country's approach to drugs will change following his inauguration in January.
And you think some areas of Brazil are violent now? Just wait until these policies start being implemented. I cannot for the life of me understand why people vote for these violent psychopaths.
In this scenario, just to keep it short, Brazil was between a rock and a hard place. On one side, this guy, a bigot, prejudiced and misogynistic. So people voted for Bolsonaro as a stance against former corruption, but in my view they're opening the door to something even worse. I don't know what I'd do if I had to vote.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.